It's the criminal profiler for the hit TV drama Criminal Minds, taking us inside the mind of accused murderer Jodi Arias. Now, of course, Arias has become one of the most talked about criminal defendants in history for killing her ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander, shooting him and stabbing him 29 times, as she claims, in self-defense. Trial, of course, is seen live every day right here on HLN. So who is the real Jodi Arias? Well, Jim Clemente is our big newsmaker. He's an advisor and a writer for Criminal Minds. Jim also used to profile criminals for the FBI, so he knows of what he speaks, and it's great to have you joining us from Hollywood tonight, Jim.
How you doing, AJ?
I'm great, and I gotta know, if you were drafting a profile of Jodi Arias, how exactly would you describe her?
I would say she's a brilliant sociopath, even a psychopath, and I think though the characteristics of psychopaths and sociopaths fit her to a T. She's hyper-vigilant, she's hyper-controlled, she's a very manipulative person, and the brilliance, the intelligence, she's of the level of Ted Bundy.
Wow.
She has the ability to sort of convey whatever emotion she wants at the drop of a dime. She really doesn't care much about other people, and I think she's got a huge ego, and it comes out every day when she's on the stand and even when she's sitting at the defense table.
It's interesting to hear you apply that description of having so much intelligence, because I wouldn't imagine that's the first thing people think of, at least in some of the things we've heard in the trial, particularly the sex tapes and such. But watching this trial here on HLN every day, there have really been some key moments that I think have stood out to everybody, including Arias saying she doesn't remember one of the most horrific moments of what she did, stabbing Travis 29 times. Let's watch that together.
The most clear memory that I have after that point is driving in the desert. But there are certain little things that have come back, like pictures in my mind that have come back since then.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you remember stabbing Travis Alexander?
I have no memory of stabbing him.
So, yeah, she says she can't even remember stabbing Travis Alexander. And, Jim, I'm sure you experienced this and saw this in the FBI. From her apparent profile, does she seem like the type who, would just kind of snap in the moment, or in your mind, did this have to be premeditated?
Well, I think that this type of personality is usually a very effective con artist, and I think she's showing that her ability is, really at the top of her game there. I think that the way she's describing her memories as pictures or snapshots, that's really sort of a Hollywood version of a flashback. It's not really how memory works. Memories are typically tied together. Real memories are typically tied together with all the other senses, and they're more rich. And truthful memories have more details. You can tell when she was on the stand how she was so very detailed about other times, and then when it came to the actual act, the homicide that she committed, that is, of course, just spotty, because she doesn't want to go into the details of that because, of course, it would probably hurt her defense.
Well, what about the abuse claims, which she's really been standing by? Is there anything in your profile of her that would seem to suggest it is possible that she was abused by Travis?
Well, it does seem like there's some indications of obsessive behavior here, and I think also the huge ego wouldn't want her to lose. So if he was actually going to leave her, move on with another relationship, or just kind of put her to the side, then that would, sort of kind of bring up all of the need for her to have what she wants. It's so important to her to get her way. And I think the abuse claims are a way to try to undermine him. However, most people lie by omission. That is, they take pieces of the facts, the truth, and then they weave in their lies. So there may have been some indicators, some slight, controlling behavior on his part, but certainly that doesn't excuse what she did as a result of that.
Well, it's just so fascinating to hear you speaking about her from your great perspective and your experience. Jim Clemente, thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, AJ.